Hello everybody, welcome to the Comic Gamer Movie Show. My name is Deshaun and today I'm here to talk about this big rumor that came out today. This is, what is this, June the 2nd? Oh shit man, time is fine. June 7th. This is June 7th, on a Monday where I'm recording this, and on this day, the rumor of, I like to do that. I like to say the day that I'm recording this. I know like it's gonna still pop up in the below, but a lot of people don't really read read that the section where it says the date that someone puts down a video. So I like to say it in the video just so you know this is like when I heard about this. This is the day I heard about this, whatever I'm talking about. Just so you can kind of go back, because I like to do that. I like to go back and reconfirm information that I heard and reconfirm when I heard it. So that's why I say that if you guys ever wondered. But the rumor, the big rumor about the Illuminati, who is a small time scooper. He's gotten some scoops, he's gotten some wrong. The Illuminati, he's batting about what, like, he's batting about 50-50. He's about 50-50. He's about 50-50, or, okay, you know what, I say 60-40. He's about 60-40. 60% of the time he's right. But there's a 40% of the time he's wrong. Sometimes he's wrong immediately after he says some things. I'll never forget a couple months, like a month ago, one of these scoopers, I don't know if it was the Illuminati or not, I can't remember off the top of my head, but someone said something and then James Gunn immediately debunked it 5 seconds later and they were like, oh, never mind, that's not right. And it was so hilarious because like that's how people get upset about that. I love seeing scoopers get upset about getting their shit shot down because it's just like, I love it when they get their shit shot down. It just makes me laugh. It makes me laugh. But this is a rumor, and for it to be fair to this, that Namor is going to be the villain of Black Panther 2. Now, this is one of those rumors that is less of a rumor and more of an educated guess, because the actor, there was an actor who was cast in Black Panther a while ago, months ago. I can't remember the name off the top of my head, but he was in Narcos Mexico, and he was fantastic in Narcos Mexico. I'll probably end up putting his name in the description and in the bio. I'll probably be like such and such, whatever his name is. Like I said, I don't remember his name on top of my head, but I'll put his name in there and I'll say is playing the villain Namor in Black Panther 2. And this is like, that's why I say the scoop game is so weird, because you and me could have made that prediction. That's why I'm like, I don't know about the scoop game, because a lot of the scoops that scoopers have is shit that just could be an educated guess. The guy was cast months ago, long time ago. And when he was cast, there was rumblings that he might be playing Namor because he was cast so early in the game. You know, usually the people get cast, you know, early in the game like this, like when a movie's coming together, are playing a pretty big role. You know what I mean? Like we just heard that Emilia Clarke and Emilia Clarke is gonna be in the Secret Invasion show, but she got cast early in the game, which makes you go, okay, she's gonna have a big role. You know, when you hear Ben Mendelsohn, aka Talos, is gonna be basically co-starring with Samuel L. Jackson in the show, you're like, okay, well, he's gonna have a big role. And this actor is the first new actor at least that we know who got casted for Black Panther 2. We heard about that, like I said, months ago. So, and if you're a comic book fan, you know that the two big things, the two big, events, the big events of Black Panther is the war with Atlantis and the Doom War, which was over vibranium in Wakanda. So that's why those have been the two names. Those have been thrown around a billion times. Like, people have been speculating that Namor was going to be the villain in Black Panther for years now. For at least a year now. You know, since the day Black Panther came out and, Infinity War, it's at least been years. Since Endgame ended, people have been speculating that because Black Panther doesn't have a lot of villains. In fact, his two biggest villains are M'Baku and Eric Killmonger. And M'Baku's a friend and Killmonger's gone. So the next evolutionary step in that would be Namor, which in the comics they have a really intense beef with one another. T'Challa does not like Namor. Namor does not like T'Challa. Namor represents everything T'Challa doesn't want in a person, and vice versa. They don't like each other. They're forced to work together sometimes. But a fight can break out at any fucking moment. That's the kind of, tension in the room when those two are in it. And their kingdoms have gone to war. Wakanda has gone to war with Atlantis. And it's an awesome idea. So, and the thing too is it makes logical sense as the next evolutionary step in the Black Panther story. He's king now. He's accepted responsibility. What's next? Going to war. What's next? Going into an actual war with another kingdom. Going, facing another king. Someone else who is like the opposite of you, who you might not like. That's the next evolutionary step in the story. Of course, with the passing of Chadwick Boseman and there not being, and them not recasting, it does add a new element to it. Like, how is that going to go? Because if Chadwick Boseman was still alive, it'd have been fairly straightforward. I don't like you. You don't like me. Their idea is to be a clash of ideas, a clash of cultures, and eventually, hopefully, they would come to the conclusion that it doesn't have to be a war. But now there's an extra element of who will be the new king or queen. So, but I'm not here to talk about that. I'm here to just talk about the probable confirmation. I'm not going to say rumor. Because, but it's one of those things that it's just like it's an educated guess, which I would honestly say the scoop game really is for these people. Are just educated guesses, just taking information that is available to anyone and coming up with an educated guess and being correct about it. But I digress. Namor being the villain of this makes perfect sense. I've seen some people confused because Namor has kind of been more of a hero. And for quite a bit now, and it's like, nowadays Namor is more of a hero, but Namor straddles the line between villain and hero. That's what makes him so awesome. That's why I like him over Aquaman, because Aquaman, for the most part, he's just a good dude. He's a good dude. Sure, there are moments in instances where he's like, I will defend Atlantis and I don't care, but for the most part, he does care because he was from topside, so he knows people up there too. He understands. He's like, he has that duality going, but Namor don't got none of that shit. Namor don't give a fuck. Namor is the coldest bastard I've ever seen. He is a dick. Not Tony Stark. Not Tony Stark. Not Tony Stark dick. Not like, no. He is he's a real asshole. Like that, like Namor is cold-blooded. I mean, he is arrogant. He thinks his shit don't stink. He is what you imagine a powerful king would be. Like not this like kind-hearted man. No. Namor, he's an asshole. I mean, he once tried to steal he tried to steal Sue Storm from Mr. Fantastic. I mean, he tried to fucking like woo her, and like she's like, I'm married, and he's like, I don't give a fuck. Like Namor has no fucks to give to anybody except for Captain America Steve Rogers. But and that's the only sad thing is, if this is true, we're never going to get to see that relationship. But it's okay. But another thing, too, is why I believe this, because it's all kind of been known for quite a bit that Universal owns the full rights to Namor. It's so weird that they have the full rights, like, not the full rights, like they own, like, the, it's the same, it's kind of like the Hulk, where they can't make a Hulk movie. They can't make a Namor movie either. They can't make a Hulk movie, they can't make a Namor movie, because Universal has the distribution rights. I don't get what the fuck's up with Universal. I still don't get that, like, because if you think, because there's no reason for them to hold on to those, because they're literally only holding on to those rights just to prevent Marvel from making a movie. Because it's been said many times that Marvel has made plays to pay for the rights, Marvel has made plays to work with them, but literally, they want the Sony deal. That's what Universal wants. Universal wants the Sony deal. They want to be able to make the Hulk movie and then, do their own thing. Like, whoa, fuck you. You ain't got the rights to it. Like, what? And Universal basically just wants to fucking hurt Marvel and make sure that and hurt them. So any problem you got with the Incredible Hulk, blame Universal. Don't blame Marvel. Blame Universal, because Marvel's got handcuffed because they can't actually make a Hulk movie. You know good and goddamn well they would have made 2 movies to follow up to the Incredible Hulk, and an entire MCU version of the Hulk would have been vastly different because Mark Ruffalo would have got to do those 2 movies. And he would be a different character. The power would be different. Maybe he would still end up in the same place. Maybe. But you would understand it a lot more. They had to try to shove the Hulk story in the background of other people's movies because they can't make a movie. They literally, physically can't do it. So, maybe they'll do a TV show, but they can't do it. So I'm hoping that the same thing that this doesn't happen to Namor, but Namor can play. Namor, I'm hoping that this doesn't happen to Namor. I'm hoping that Namor can get more time in the sun. But I just wanted to throw that out there because I do know a lot of people who think, oh, they're just like, no, you don't understand. They can't do a Hulk movie. Their hands are handcuffed. And it's sad, but I don't think they can do a Namor movie either. So the best we can get out of Namor is for him to become the new Loki. And what I mean by the new Loki is he's gonna be a despicable character that you like. And that's kind of how they're gonna play it. He's gonna be a despicable character, an evil villain, a bad villain. It's gonna be a bit like Killmonger. You know how by the end of Black Panther you were kind of like, damn, I wish Killmonger could come around? Same thing with Namor. I think they're gonna go with that same vibe. And like I said, the actor they got who played in Narcos Mexico, I love Narcos. The Narcos series is amazing. The original Narcos series is great, but Narcos Mexico is also great too. With Gabriel Luna in the lead of that show. Oh man, I'm really excited for this, man. I hope Namor really is going to be the villain, because if he is, that'd be fantastic. We'll get Atlantis, we'll get the Submariner, we'll get the war of Wakanda versus... I'm curious how they're going to do Atlantis. Because they're in the same spot that Aquaman was, which I'm pretty much... Aquaman basically just made their Atlantis Wakanda. It's Wakanda, just underwater and underwater with sea people, but it's still fucking Wakanda. It's underwater with sea people, but the actual Atlantis, the weird looking the technology, the what's the word I'm looking for? The science with the primitive, it's fun. So I'm curious of how, but it's honestly how I imagined the MCU was gonna do it. I imagined the MCU was gonna make Atlantis more of a technological thing, and it was gonna look a little bit more. It's gonna look like Wakanda. It was gonna look like it could be. There could be sister lands to Wakanda, where it's like they're just underwater. So I'm curious about how they're gonna go about it. How they're gonna go about making Atlantis look different. How they're gonna go about making it look much different and more and just, give it a different vibe than Aquaman, because that's going to be the challenge of introducing Atlantis, since Aquaman has already came out. It happens to everyone, it's the challenge with a lot of things, like when the Justice League, it was a challenge for the Justice League to show up on the big screen, because the Avengers had already happened. So the what's the word I'm looking for? The novelty of a team uniting, of a superhero team uniting and becoming, bigger as a whole, like a team of different individuals with their own franchises coming together to form one, that novelty was gone. The novelty's gone, so it's not even that big of an impact seeing the Justice League form together. Yeah, some of the hardcore nerds are like, oh my god, I can't believe it. But normal people were just like, cool, been there, seen that. So I'm worried that might be a problem. I'm worried that if the MCU can't make their Atlantis different, if not better, at least different. Better, I would love it, but just different. Just different enough that people can go, oh, that's the MCU's version, and that's this version. If they can't do that, they might be screwed. But hopefully they can find a way to do that. I can't see them doing it any other way than a technological bent on it. Though maybe they'll do something where they make it like a bubble city, where there's like a dome over top of the city, and it's like the people who live in Atlantis, they don't breathe underwater and shit. I don't know, man. I don't know if that would work. I don't know how they're gonna do it. I'm very curious. But I'm excited for this news. I hope that it's completely true. I hope that we really are getting Namor as the villain of Black Panther 2. I've always seen Namor as an Asian man. The way that he's been written, the pigmentation that at least that they seem to go with him in the comics, the way that they draw his eyes, I've always seen him as Asian, or at least someone of Asian descent somewhere, in Asia. So seeing that they may have cast a Latino to play Namor, it's a different spin. It's not what I would have thought. It's not what my mind was. But I like the actor. I think he's a great talent. And you know what? Maybe this is how I'm gonna go about it. There is a tiny bit of thing, and I'll just throw this out there, just as a tidbit, just as food for thought. That maybe Ajax, played by Salma Hayek in the Eternals movies, is responsible for this. Salma Hayek's Latino. So this version of Ajax is Latino. And it's very well known that some of the Eternals get down and have children and whatnot. It wouldn't be too far-fetched to say that Ajax, went somewhere, had children or something, started a civilization, and was helping them out, and something went bad, and they sunk to the bottom of the sea, and they became Atlantis. It wouldn't be too far-fetched, because, and I'm curious how they're gonna do it. I'm curious if they're gonna make it multi-layered, like multicolored, like their version of Atlantis and Aquaman. There's white, there's islanders, there's white people, there's, you know, mostly white people though down there. I actually thinking about it, Jason Momoa is like the only person with... No, never mind. It wasn't multicolored. It was just white people down there. Never mind. I take it back. It was just Jason Momoa who was on any color. But anyways, I wonder if they're going to do that. Or are they going to all be Latino down there? I'm curious how they're going to go about this. I'm curious. If this is true, it changes my whole perspective. Anyways, thank you guys again for joining the Comic and Movie Show. Please remember to like, subscribe, and I will see you on the next one. Goodbye.